Oh, buddy! Welcome back, gamers, gangsters, and grandmas, to your slightly below average, but still pretty cool moto vlogger, Papa Blevins. Ooh, bumpy. It's been a little bit, hadn't it? And of course now we get stuck in traffic. It's been a little bit. Life has been pretty busy. Just trying to do everything that I can to keep life steady. You know what I mean? Lots of traveling, lots of working, lots of bad weather, and hasn't been too much time to get out and record anything. So, you know, I just want to issue this as a formal apology to all of my loyal fans and viewers, you know. I promise I wasn't trying to take a break from y'all. It's just how it happened. And, you know, same thing that I say in other videos, it's kind of hard to come up with topics to talk about sometimes. And I don't ride, as interesting or as cool as some other content creators, such as, you know, your boy Jixerbruh, who I absolutely adore, and Brian636. He is also just next level kind of goated. Your boy Do It With Dan, he was actually the first person I ever watched for a moto vlog. And I know that he's kind of gotten away from moto vlogging a little bit, but he still has so many other side projects that's you know, really interesting to watch. And, you know, I don't think I'm anything like them. I'm not, you know, that level of interesting yet, you know, yet. You gotta put that out there. Because everybody has to start somewhere, you know? And I think what I'm doing is alright for me. I'm just a guy playing a dude disguised as another dude. And today I'm actually disguised as Charizard. Because I just came from my local Cycle Gears, not like the store manager was talking about, he's like, it's the end of season meet. But I mean, where we live, season can technically go through the winter. It just depends on if you want to put on a lot of clothes or not. But it was also like their Halloween event. So I came, I got a Charizard onesie on, and I came dressed up as Charizard, and I'm happy with it. And I got it big enough to the point where I could wear it over my jacket. As you could, oh, it came on Velcro. Now everybody can see my jacket boobies. But that was really cool. The Cycle Gear in Matthews is honestly a really great place. Everybody who works there is really knowledgeable and kind. And I don't know if that's just because I spend way too much money there or not, but everybody's always pretty dope. They always get me right when I go in there. And this guy is on my rumpel. Why are you so close, my guy? I like the vet. I like the vet. think I need to send my ECU off to get tuned, bro. This bike runs so rich. It's unreal. Hashtag straight pipe with a muffler. That's that Yoshimura R77 you hear singing to you. Which I absolutely love the way that this bike sounds. People driving today, bro. But, you know, in other news, your boy is still searching for another motorcycle. And I'm torn, right? I don't know if I want to keep the R7 and get a second bike, or go up to another dealership, trade in the R7 on a ZX6R. I don't know. I don't know, because I know that the R7 is a really good platform. You know, it sits side by side with the MT-07 to learn stunting on, and I'd love to be able to learn how to do that, and then eventually go up to a 636 and stunt on, a real man stunt bike, as people would say. But I'm kind of torn. I don't know. I just don't know, because this is the bike that kind of started the channel. After I went down, this is the bike that got me back up on it. You know, just with everything. And I don't know if I'm ready to let that go. You know, call me sentimental. Call me a dumbass for thinking that, you know, things have feelings and all that, but you know, I don't know if I'm ready to let this bike go. And I always say, you know, I'm talking with the homies and I'm talking with, you know, just people, and I'm like, I want to get a faster bike, but at the same time, for what I do, the only thing that a faster bike would benefit is highway riding. And even then, this handles the highway perfectly. Sure, it may start to feel its horsepower and displacement once you get above 90 or so. I mean, the speed limit, obviously, the speed limit. But for like city riding and what I do, like the Ride to Work series, I don't really need a faster bike. But everybody, you know, you can always want a faster bike. But I don't really want a leader bike just yet. Because talking with my buddy Garrett, he says like, he's actually selling his R1, or actually he just sold his R1 because he never has anywhere to ride it. You know, you can do the speed limit pretty much anywhere in first gear and never have to worry about shifting, which ain't, you know, that's not what I want. Yeah, sure, everybody wants a bike that could do 200 miles an hour, but there's never really a time or a place unless you're on track to go 200 miles an hour. And if you're going 200 miles an hour on track, lordy, you are next level. Because a lot of the times bikes don't hit their top speeds, because by the time you accelerate through a straight or something like that, you come up on a braking zone. That's another thing I'd love to do. I'd love to go to a track day one day, but it's expensive. And your boy don't make that kind of money. Pretty much everything besides, you know, I got bills and everything, but everything excess is going into bikes and, you know, just stuff to make content better, which I think is the best way to do it. You know, whatever you can get out of it, you should put back in. Oh my God, you can make that. Yeah, you can make it past there. But yeah, my any excess income that I have goes pretty much straight into making better content for y'all. As small as y'all are. But, you know, that's not the point. I just want to make sure people enjoy watching my stuff as much as I enjoy making my stuff. which I really hope the few of you that do actively watch do enjoy my content. I know it sometimes can be boring, but sometimes it's just nice to hear a bike and watch somebody ride averagely doing all this stuff, blah, 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 blah. But, you know, I hope you guys enjoy, because I enjoy making it. I know I'm not popular, I know I'm not famous, and I know I'm not even making no money off of this yet, which I don't honestly ever plan on it. If it ends up happening that way, then, you know, that's great. But I'm not going to put all my eggs in one basket, you know. I'm not going to quit my day job just to go out and make YouTube videos with the hope that one day it's going to take off. But sometimes, you know, that's what you got to do. I.e. Mr. Bruh. He was making more money doing YouTube videos part-time than he was when he was working his job. But I can't do that just yet. I ain't cool enough. But one day, who knows? Who knows? You may see your boys in the newspaper saying local boy makes more money than Mr. Beast for riding motorcycles. Which that'll never happen, but you know what I mean. But how have you guys been lately? It's been a long time, no talk. It's been like a month and a half, which I feel really, really shitty about. But you know, sometimes life stuff happens, and you can't prevent it. I'm glad that I'm still here, still able to swing a leg over a saddle and get out and ride. Bring some enjoyment to your life, to my life, to the people around me, watching me ride around as Charizard. Big old truck. Don't do what I just did, kids. That was illegal. Yeah, you're on a side-by-side, buddy. But yeah, you know, if there's anything that y'all want to see me do or anything like that, any topics you want me to talk about, go ahead, leave them in the comments, because I'm not as creative as it may seem. I'm a reliable person, but man, there is not a single creative bone in my body, and that's one thing that, you know, I just kind of dislike about myself. I know some people wanted to hear about like my recommendations for some good starter gear when it comes to like starting riding motorcycles, and my honest recommendation is buy the best stuff that you can afford. The one thing that I would never recommend cheaping out on is a helmet. And speaking as somebody who has spent $2,500 plus on just helmets alone, one helmet costing half of that, you know, I wouldn't trust my head in anything less. You know what I mean? Because bones can heal. What's it called? Road rash. Road rash can definitely heal faster. But the one thing that, you know, you're going to have a world of trouble trying to get to heal is your noggin, your noodle. You got to make sure that thing is in tip-top shape every single day. So if you have a budget for, you know, $400 for a helmet, bump it up an extra $100, maybe $200, and get yourself something real nice. But I know a really good starter helmet is actually like a Sedici Strata 3 for like that $400 price point. And you certainly get what you pay for, right? You get a decent amount of protection. I'm pretty sure it's still EC DOT, but it's not Snell, right? Snell is the big one in my mind. Oh, I came into this a little hot. I didn't like that. Ignore that too. That was bad. You know, yeah, you want to get ECE 2206 and try once. You don't have to go out and buy a second one unless you really, really want to. Is a Shoei RF 1400. That was my first helmet. That's the helmet that I crashed in. And then I went right back out a month and a half later, and I got another one. And that was my main helmet until I got the X15, which I can't show y'all right now. But I ended up getting an X15. Gloves, it's ultimately up to personal preference. I am a big fan of the gauntlet style gloves. Now these aren't the most protective ones that you can get because, you know, I'm balling on a budget just like everybody else is, unless, you know, you make a lot of money. These are the Alpinestar SP8s. They're like $120, $130, and I love the way that they feel. It's like I don't feel the wind on my hands, but in the summer my hands don't get super sweaty because, you know, Alpinestars, they've been making gear for a long, long time now. And I absolutely love these. I also have the Alpinestars, like the little meshy gloves that are just like glove length, not the gauntlet style. And those are really, really nice for summer riding. But the amount of protection that they offer, you know, it's mesh. You're gonna shred through it, no issues. Another motorcycle. You know, if you go down, your hands are gonna shred through, and you're just gonna be in a world of pain. So definitely, you know, get a nice pair of gloves, something that's going to protect your hands. I would prefer people ride around in leather gloves, but, you know, it's all personal preference. If you don't think you're going to go down, why would you spend a lot of money on a pair of gloves until you end up going down? And that brings me to like my next point is like jackets and pants. I personally haven't found a pair of motorcycle pants, like riding pants, that I enjoy enough to buy and wear. Now I know that may sound stupid, but if I go down, I'd be more concerned about my legs breaking than I would be with road rash, especially because I wear jeans pretty much every single day. Black jeans, blue jeans, a pair of jeans that looks like it's a pair of khakis. You know, I wear those. In the last 2 times that I crashed, I don't know if, so I had 400 that I crashed on, then I had a Grom that I ended up, you know, flipping. And that was just a buddy of mine's and all that. My pants were fine, but the pants had grabbed onto my skin and kind of ripped the skin. So I have a nice big old scar on my knee from my pants grabbing and ripping, but my pants themselves were fine. It's just the way that I landed. So, in my mind, if you wear a good pair of jeans, you don't have to, unless you want to get like the armor inserts or wear like an underlayer. You know, I'm kind of in between on if you need to buy riding pants. But there's been 2 times where I've rode without a jacket. One was picking up a buddy's bike to take to his house because we were just gonna pop it in the back of my truck and take it that way. But the seller of it was just like, I don't want y'all to do that because if it falls, that's gonna suck for you. So I rode in my Harley Davidson sweatshirt, which is really thick, but you know, if I go down, it's only gonna protect me so much. It's like a regular sweatshirt, right? And then when I crashed originally, I had a big old thick Carhartt sweatshirt on, which also didn't, you know, it protected against road rash. There wasn't a scratch on it, but I still ended up, you know, shattering my collarbone. If I remember, I'll see if I can't put an x-ray picture of what it looked like after I crashed and landed on my shoulder. But, you know, for the most part, I wear a jacket. Always, always, always wear a jacket. Goldwing. Oh, yeah, that thing looked good. I've tried a mesh jacket, which, like, if you look it up, it says it's a riding t-shirt. And then I've tried a flannel riding jacket that was like $150. And I was just like, okay, this doesn't feel like it's going to protect me too much. So I ended up going back out Thursday, and I picked up the Alpinestars riding hoodie. Because it's got armor in the elbows and the shoulders. The store manager over at Cycle Gear got me hooked up with one one of the Alpine Star's back plate panel slider thingos, whatever you want to call them. And I got that bad boy in there, and oh, dude, this thing feels like money. Now, my big thing when it comes to buying gear is like, I'm a bigger guy, but I'm not a tall, bigger guy, right? I'm a 5'11" wide boy. And trying to find a regular jacket that fits me the way that it should is ridiculous, right? Because I got arms that are bigger than, you know, majority of people's. So I tried on one of these jackets, and it was a 2X. And like I could zip it up, and it was a little snug, right? But the arms, I felt like I had my, oh gosh, so bumpy. I felt like I had my arms in a Pringles can. So once you start putting on weight and you start putting on muscle, it's hard to find a good, proper fitting jacket. But I recommend getting something that's at least a little bit protective, more so than a sweatshirt or, you know, don't ride in just a t-shirt. I've done that once, but you know, don't do that, because if you go down, you are just setting yourself up for a world of hurt. And then boots, I would definitely recommend getting a pair of motorcycle boots. It is a little funky getting used to them, but once you do, I mean, it's better than riding in anything else. That's all I can really say about that. And as you can see right here, here's your boy's new truck. I had to trade in the Volkswagen. I got a Chevy Silverado, which it looks pretty alright, you know. It's not the fanciest thing in the world, but she gets the job done really, really well. She does what trucks do, truck things. Ugh. And let's see if I can show y'all the outfit. You can't really see it too much there. And then this is